My favorite memory is probably when Torrin got this huge rebound dunk in the Bellevue game at Bellevue. It was awesome. It was just a huge, like a big man dunk. It was awesome.
My favorite memory of L-Dub was our freshman year when we made the lip dub. And it's not only the spirit and the enthusiasm of the day, but also seeing Scout float off the screen when he thought someone was going to catch him on the Sky Bridge.
My favorite memory is yelling "Snap, Crackle, Pop" at the volleyball games.
My favorite memory from L-Dub would have to be going on the AP government field trip to the state capitol.
My favorite memory happened just a couple weeks ago. We won the state championship and I was pitching. It was a game I'll never forget, and the best part about it, I was wearing the Lake Washington jersey, so it was awesome.
My favorite memory here at L-Dub would probably have to be the 4 years of soccer. We just grew super close together and we just became one big family.
My favorite memory at L-Dub definitely has to be the Mercer Island game from this year. It was our first win, and the famous Brady Gilgle halftime speech and pregame speech were just something that you had to be there to witness, to believe.
My favorite memory at L-Dub was sophomore year in Miss Orendorf's class when Kartal Kaya, also known as the Eagle, got his arm stuck in the chair. You know how they have the circles in there? He put his arm in, and for the last 20 minutes of class on the block day, we had Mr. Story and the nurse and everyone come in trying to get his arm out, and we just couldn't get Kartal's arm out of the chair. He finally got it out, obviously.
My plans for next year is to either attend UW-Bothell or Bellevue College, and my planned major is to hopefully study something in the biology field, hopefully in either cells and anatomy, trying to basically kind of dissect life.
My plans for next year are to go to Santa Clara University and to study environmental engineering.
Next year, I'm going to be attending University of Washington. Go Dogs! And I plan on studying informatics.
Next year, I plan on attending Western Washington University in hopes of majoring in sociology.
My plans for next year are to go to Pierce College, and the reason why I'm going there is to play baseball. I really don't know what I'm going to be studying, but I'm just hoping for the best.
Next year I will be attending Gonzaga University, and I am not sure. I'm undecided on what major I'm going to study.
My plans for next year are that I will be attending Western Washington in the fall, and I plan to major in marketing with a minor in psychology.
Next year, I will be attending the University of Washington with an attended major in political science.
Advice for future seniors, man. I would just say, just live your senior year up as much as you can. I know senioritis is a real thing. Please do not think it's not a real thing, because it will hit you. Trust me. I know it's real. I just want to say that, and just grind through it as much as you can, because once it's over, man, it feels good.
My advice is to take it all in. Don't let the stress overwhelm you, because I know that as a student, I like to focus on all of the particulars in what I'm doing and not really take in the moment as much as I can, even though that sounds quite cliche. But it's a fun year, and make it the most enjoyable it can be.
All right, future seniors, the year goes by quick. Make sure to work hard, play hard.
My advice for future seniors is get involved. Do it. Join clubs, join sports teams, be a team manager for a sport. Do whatever you can to get involved.
My future advice to you seniors is to make new friendships with people in different grades. This year I made a couple new friendships with people in different grades, and it's really impacted me in a good way. So that's what I recommend to you guys. It's just awesome to make new friendships.
Advice for future seniors, I would definitely say not take your time for granted. Your 4 years go by super fast. This year went by super quick, and I wish I would have been able to go to the football game I didn't go to, or the basketball game I didn't go to, and cheer on my teammates and my friends.
My advice for future seniors is, hey, it's your last year. Have some fun. Don't spend all your time in school. You gotta make time to hang out with friends and go do fun stuff that you normally didn't do in your first 3 years. You're only a senior once.
Advice that I would give to future seniors is to live in the present and to not think too much about your future, because that'll come eventually. Definitely live in the present and say yes and take risks with things you wouldn't normally do.
One thing I wish I'd done is I wish I would have been more of just a person for people to talk to in this high school. I felt like when I was a senior, I felt like I actually had the confidence to kind of like talk to underclassmen and kind of give them advice to, help them be the best student they can be. And when I was in younger years, I felt like I was kind of shy and kind of kept to myself and my own people.
One thing I wish I would have done in high school was lose my expectations of what it should be like. I had so many expectations on what certain classes were, what teachers would be like, what kind of friends I had, and instead of just enjoying the moment, I was too focused on what I thought it should be.
I wish I would have got to know the staff a lot earlier in my high school career because we're surrounded by a bunch of great people and we should utilize them and make them our friends.
If I could change one thing about my high school experience, I wish that I would have built stronger relationships from the start rather than waiting until my senior year.
One thing I wish I could do in high school that I didn't do was probably play another sport. I was always playing baseball, so I could never really play other sports. I really wanted to play basketball, so that's probably my one regret.
One thing I wish I would have done was definitely utilize the counselors. They're all super nice in there and they always have good advice for you.
One thing that I wish I would have done in high school would probably be take more classes that revolve around real world skills like life and finances. Just because I spent a lot of my time doing other electives that I thought were going to be fun, but now looking back at it, I probably could have used some of those life skills.
One thing I wish I would have done at LW was join more clubs. After looking through the yearbook with Grace, we found a lot of clubs that we wish we would have joined, and I know that there are a lot more that weren't even put in the yearbook, so I wish I would have done that.
My most inspirational teacher was probably Miss Moore because I had her sophomore year, and ever since I've had her, she just kind of like gave me this mindset of just like, basically school is real and it's hard, but at the same time, like if you learn to find the good in it and just kind of like ways around it that fits you, you can excel any way possible.
My most inspirational teacher was Mr. Terich because not only did he work so hard for our English department and for his students, but he also taught us so much more than English, but all of our life lessons, and he was willing to come to all of our events and talk to us about anything we wanted.
Most inspirational teacher is Mr. Robinson, better known as T-Rob, because no matter how low I am, he always believes in me.
My most inspirational teacher was actually a counselor. Miss Miller, we love you.
My most inspirational teacher is probably Miss Shota. I had her for civics and econ this year, and they were easily my favorite classes I've ever had. And she was just the best teacher because she just made me want to show up to class and actually do my work, which has never happened before. So shout out to Miss Shota.
My most inspirational teacher would have to be Miss Keeler. Every day I walk into 7th period, she always has something new to say that inspires me to go out and change the world.
My most inspirational teacher would have to be Sully, just because I had her right out of the gate as a freshman, and she has to be probably the most compassionate teacher that I've ever had. The amount of compassion that she has for her students and the amount of passion she has for what she does is just something I never really experienced before coming here.
My most inspirational teacher would be Miss Shota. She inspires me on a day-to-day basis with how passionate she is about what she does and the impact she makes on all of her students' lives.